Most actors dream of landing a breakout role. But imagine landing one so big it quietly shapes your entire childhood. That's exactly what happened to the young cast of Avatar: Fire and Ash. While fans see breathtaking visuals and epic battles, what they don't see is what it actually cost these young actors to grow up inside the biggest film franchise in history. And according to them, the hardest challenges weren't what anyone expected. For many of the cast, this wasn't just a movie shoot. It became their normal life. Filming stretched across years, not months. School, friendships, and personal milestones had to fit around an unpredictable production schedule. While other kids were figuring out who they were, these actors were already tied to characters audiences wouldn't meet for years. It created a strange disconnect, like living in the future while growing up in the present. And once that reality set in, things only got more complicated. One of the biggest surprises was how demanding motion capture acting turned out to be. There were no elaborate sets or costumes to lean on. Just empty spaces, gray walls, and imagination doing all the heavy lifting. Every emotion had to be precise because the technology captured everything, even the smallest hesitation. For young actors still learning their craft, that pressure hit hard. You're not just acting for the camera. You're building the emotional foundation for a character that will be digitally transformed later. And there's no hiding behind spectacle when it's just you and your performance. Then came the waterwork, something the cast openly admits pushed them to their limits. Months of training, long hours underwater, learning how to stay calm while holding their breath and performing emotional scenes at the same time. It wasn't about strength. It was about control. Panic wasn't an option. Some cast members have hinted that the mental challenge was just as intense as the physical one. And even after mastering it, the pressure never really eased. What made things even harder was filming major emotional moments completely out of order. Scenes involving loss, fear, and conflict were sometimes shot years before the story fully came together. That meant accessing heavy emotions without the benefit of a complete narrative arc. Imagine being asked to deliver one of the most intense moments of your character's journey, while still figuring out who that character even is. It demanded emotional maturity far beyond their age. All of this unfolded under the shadow of an enormous legacy. Everyone involved knew the expectations were massive. This wasn't just another sequel. It was the future of Avatar. Fans online dissected every rumor, every behind-the-scenes photo, every casting decision. Reports suggest that carrying that kind of anticipation weighed heavily on the younger cast members. There was excitement, yes, but also the unspoken fear of letting millions of people down. And while audiences waited, the cast had to live normal lives knowing their faces were already tied to characters not yet released. Some of them grew up being recognized for roles the public hadn't even seen. That kind of attention can blur personal identity. Who are you when the world already sees you as someone else? It's a question many of them quietly faced as they matured. Yet despite everything, they stayed. They came back year after year. Because somewhere between the exhaustion and the pressure, something rare formed. A shared experience few people on Earth could understand. The cast has spoken about the deep bonds they built, about learning discipline, resilience, and emotional awareness at an early age. They didn't just grow as actors, they grew as people. In the end, Avatar: Fire and Ash isn't just another chapter in a blockbuster saga. It's the result of years of unseen effort, sacrifice, and growth from a group of young performers who quite literally grew up inside the story. And the next time audiences watch them on screen, it's worth remembering. The most intense journey didn't happen in Pandora. It happened behind the scenes. Because sometimes the real challenge isn't surviving a fictional world. It's growing up while the entire world is watching.